Hello and welcome to Workplace Math 10, the hybrid version. This is not the online version, so this is the version that uses a number of workbooks we'll talk about later. So if you are looking for the online course, this is the wrong one, but I teach both courses and I like them both. They're awesome. This one is paper-based and project-based, so it's great if you don't want to be on the computer a ton. So ideally, I would like for the students to be watching this video, but I also want your parents to watch this video. So if you're a student watching this video, maybe pause, go and grab your parent, because there is a couple things that I'd like them to know about how the course works. At the very top, I have copy and pasted the big ideas for this course. So if you were to go to look at the BC curriculum and take a look in their math department, these are the big ideas for Workplace Math 10. So in case you're wondering why I put that there. At the very top, here's the course intro video. So thank you for watching this. You'll see that this is actually the old one. So right now, this is the one that I had for the last school year. I'm making a new one for this year, 2020. And yeah, please watch this in its entirety before getting started with the course, because I do explain everything that you're going to need. This is a longer video, so just hang out. This is your first piece of homework, just getting through. So who am I? Well, I am Mr. Kuchma. I am a math teacher and science teacher here at HCOS. And if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can email me at this email address. All teachers have the same kind of email address where it's first name, our first letter of first name, last name at onlineschool.ca. And I will try to be striving to email families back by the end of the next business day. Right now, I've got 223 emails. So the beginning of the school year, it's a little bit crazy. I'm still catching up, mostly because I had a little daughter born a couple weeks ago. Depending on when you're watching this video, will depend on how old she is. But she was born right at the end of August. She's a real cutie. Baby number 4, little Eliza. So to contact me face to face, you'll need to have Zoom. In the past, I always used Skype, and Skype was a nice tool, but unfortunately, it doesn't have some of the features that Zoom does, and I found that Zoom is much more stable. So you can add me as a contact using my email here. You can contact me through your personal Zoom or through a parent Zoom. Doesn't matter, and then we can chat. There is going to be availability here. As you can see, this is just my first week, but my hours will be posted up at the top. There are some policies and procedures that you can read through for this course. I'm not going to go through all of them. There's a quick thing about the workbook, how to submit your work, how your grades work, and how I communicate. You can it's pretty quickly to read through that. This is another important thing. So you've got a couple pieces of homework today. Number 1 is to watch this whole video. Number 2 is I really want you to print off this formula sheet so that you have access to it for the entire course. So you can pause it right now. You can go print this off. It's going to be very important that you have this for absolutely every chapter that you go through. And then the third piece of homework is to watch this Study Forge video. Right now, this is the purely hybrid version, but if you are interested in having Study Forge added to your list, we can chat, because there's a $30 subscription fee, and then you can get access to the videos. The first thing that I'm going to want you to do is come and meet me for a Zoom meeting. That is how I get to know you a little bit. It's a time where I get to answer all of your questions about the course and really get you set up and moving on your way in Workplace Math 10. So prioritize this in the next week or so as soon as you can, so that we can chat, and you can message me right through Zoom. Don't call me through Zoom, just message me, letting me know that you're free. I might be in a call already. Okay, so this course uses a couple different workbooks. Because workplace math is unique to BC, there's not very much curriculum out there in order to meet the content. So in the past, there's always like a Math 9 curriculum, there's a Math 8 curriculum, there's a Math 7 curriculum, etc., etc., etc. In this course, you're going to be using what's called MathWorks. And there's two books that you actually need to get. There's MathWorks 10 and MathWorks 11. Don't worry, you're going to be using MathWorks 11 for your future course if you take Workplace Math 11 next or Apprenticeship Math 12 next. These workbooks are great. They're pretty cheap. They're $20 each, so only $40, and then you have them for the course. Ordering them can happen one of two ways. So this has changed this year. If you have a PO number, well, you'll probably all have a PO number, but if you have funding in NCOM, so if you have curriculum funds, you can use the curriculum order form. Okay. So the curriculum order form has a bunch of information that you need to fill out. There's a bunch of personal information that you guys fill out, and then it asks you all of these questions: how many items will be ordering, current family budget, vendor name, all this stuff. If you do have curriculum funds and you want to use it to purchase your workbooks, what you need to do, I should actually go back. Let's open up this in a new tab. All of your information is right here. So how many items will be ordering? 2, you type that in, and then vendor name, the website. So you literally just copy all of this stuff in, and at the very end, it's going to ask for your teacher's email, and then you just throw my name in there, and you're done. So this is how to do the purchasing if you want to order it using your curriculum funds. Instead, if you're wanting to order it and you don't have curriculum funds, you need to pay for this out of pocket, and you have to use a credit card. So it's very easy as well. You go down here, you want the MathWorks 10 workbook, the $20 one. You enter in a quantity of 1. You scroll down to MathWorks 11, and you want to get the workbook again here. It's the cheapest one, it's the $20 ones. So once you've chosen both of them, you're able to fill out all this information. There is a shipping cost as well, but then you throw in your address information, and then you hit next to payment. So there are two ways to purchase this. One is out of pocket if you don't have curriculum funds, and then the other way is to use your curriculum funds. If you're wanting to find out if you have curriculum funds, you can meet with me, or you can ask me during our introductory Zoom meeting, because I'll be able to help you out with that and find out. But those are the two different ways of getting the workbook sent to you. Now, it might take a little while for these workbooks to get to you. So to get started, there's actually a project instead of one of the chapters in the book. So there's a project to start the course, and there's a project to end the course. And I want to quickly just go over the project before I come back and talk about the chapters. So what you are going to need is you're going to need either, well, you're probably going to need a printer and a scanner, or you have to do this online. So if you want to do this project online, you can open up the Word document. And when you open up the Word document, it's going to bring you to the project. You can hit enable editing, and then you can answer, or you can fill out your answers here. The one thing is, if you are answering a question, can you please do this? Can you please change the font color so that I know that it's your writing and not mine? So maybe just do a nice dark green or something like that. Then I know that this is all right. If you don't want to work online, and you're like, Mr. Kuchman, I took the hybrid courses, I didn't have a computer. Then you can just simply print off the project here. So you can click the printer button, print this off. You can complete it all in pencil, and then you can scan it in at the end. So it's designed to be a fun project where you get to do some stuff around the house. It's very homeschool friendly. and hopefully it'll be a little bit enjoyable even. So that is how you start the course, and this is how you get activated. So activated is a big important word here at the online school. It's how you end up getting funding for your course, and um, it's tied to proof of work. So I need to see that you've completed something in my course in order to get you activated. So in Workplace Math 10, that is this first central tendency project. Central tendency is just a fancy word for averaging. So it's going to be mean, median, and mode that you'll be going through. So I'm going to scroll back up again to show you the chapters. So there are 5 chapters in total that you have to complete in the course. There are 3 from MathWorks 10 and 2 from MathWorks 11. So it's interesting. I know that this is confusing. You do not do chapter 1. So as soon as you get your book, do not start on page 1. That's not what you're supposed to do. You do chapter 2 in both books. You do chapter 3 in both books, and then you do chapter 7 in MathWorks 10 as well. So that's laid out for you here as you go into each chapter. It says MathWorks 10 chapter 2, MathWorks 11 chapter 2, etc., etc. So this is just to let you know that this is basically just to let you know how to access each chapter and which ones you actually need to do. So in order to actually do these chapters, I want to show you what the book looks like. So I've got the, oops, that's fine. I've got the, oh no, I want to go here. Workbooks. Okay. So here's the Math 10 workbook in PDF form, just so I can show you. And if I scroll down, here are the chapters. Like I said, you have to do chapter 2, earning an income, chapter 3, length, area, and volume, and then you have to do chapter 7, trigonometry for right angle triangles. So if you go just past this, there is a how to use this book, and it talks about each section of this. So I want to explain how you should be using these workbooks. All right. So what you're going to be doing is in each chapter, there's going to be kind of review and examples that teach you some sort of concept. Then there are build your skill questions. The build your skill questions are where you actually get, just like they say, to build your skills. This is not for marks. So the build your skills, you can do as much as you want. You can use any outside help that you want. But this is the important part they need to hear. The practice your new skills that come at the end of every single chapter. I need to mute this. I don't know why it's so loud right now. But the reason why, sorry, but the practice new skills are the part where you are kind of doing it like an assignment. So after you've built your skills, you do not, you're not supposed to use any outside help for the practice your new skills, other than maybe coming to see me on Zoom. But these are trying to be like your assignment, and they're a check to see how well you've done in that chapter. So it's hard for me to explain that. I'm going to actually show you. So let's take a look at, well, maybe I'll skip chapter 1 because we don't want to get confused. Let's go to chapter 2. So if we scroll down to chapter 2, oops, 1.4, 1.5, should be chapter 2. Here we go, earning an income. So as you can see, there's review that's talking about fractions. There's examples that have definitions on the side. There's a solution, an alternative solution, just different ways of getting to the right answer. And then you can see here, there are the build your skill questions. So like I was saying, these ones are the ones that you're allowed to have any outside help for, totally fine. You complete these, they aren't for marks, they're just for completion. And then as you go, there's more examples, there's more build your skill questions, there's more examples, more build your skill questions. And it goes like this all the way until the end of this section. So once you get to the end of 2.1 and you've done all these build your skill questions, then you hit the practice your new skill questions. So this is now the assignment that I want you to not be using outside help for. You can still use your formula sheet, that's totally fine. But these questions are a test to see how well you understand the concepts. So as you go through, answer them to the best of your ability. And once you've completed all 6 questions, then you're going to go and you can either mark it, or if you have a math TA or tutor, they can mark it, or your parent, if they're going to be helping you with your math course, they can mark it. So let me go back to the course page now. Now, if you go to a chapter, this is the form that I need you to fill out. So I'll show you what it looks like. So you can print this off if you want, or you can just do this online. But you need to tell me what score you got on the practice your new skill scores or practice new skill questions for chapter 2. And how I kind of look at it is that each question on the form is usually out of 1 mark. But if it has like an A, B, C, that'll be 3 marks. So usually you can, just most questions are going to be a 1 mark question, but there might be more that are bigger. And then you can say, okay, there were 6 questions, so it's out of 6. Maybe you got 5. So you type in, you got 5 out of 6. Then for 2.2, maybe there's 10 questions, but you only got 5. It's a really tricky section. You didn't do quite as good. This section, maybe there's 4. You got all 4 right. You did awesome. And then the last section, maybe there's 5, and you got 3. So then what you do, you add up the total. So this is a total of 25. You got 5, 10, 17. And this is what you submitted to me. You'd submit this score into the hand-in box right here. So most of this course is all on paper based, but you submit your work and you get your grades online. So that's why this is a hybrid course, not an individualized course, and not an online course. So if you go into the hand-in box, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add a submission. So what I suggest is you need to save this. Maybe you can save it to your desktop. I'll go to desktop. These are the practice questions from chapter 2. So I'll save them to the desktop there. Then I can close this. And then now I need to submit my work to myself to mark. So then what you can do is you can actually just drag and drop it. So if I go to the desktop, I go down to here we go. You just drag and drop it right there and it save changes. I'm in student mode, so let's see if this works. What's going to happen if I click that? Boom. So that's what happens. It says submitted for grading, but it says that it's not graded yet. So I will have to come in and I'm going to have to mark this. If you submitted the wrong thing, you can edit your submission, or you can remove your submission and try submitting it again. Maybe you submitted the wrong document. But once this has been submitted, I get a notification and I'll be going in and marking it. So if I go back to the course, now this has got a check mark here, and it's checked off that you've actually completed it, and you can move forward. So that's pretty nice. What will happen is at the end of the chapter, once you've completed it, there is a chapter challenge. Now, at the end of each chapter in the MathWorks book, there are chapter tests. This is another important point. The chapter tests in this book are not required. They are not for marks. You do not have to complete them. If you want to get some extra practice, you can do the chapter test in here. It's definitely going to be helpful and you'll learn something, but it is in no way required and I will not be marking it for grades. The grades that you are going to get are from completing the chapter challenge that I made. So that's just one important thing so that you note. You're also not going to be able to access the chapter challenge until you met with me on Skype, not Skype, Zoom. So by meeting me on Zoom, you'll unlock the course and you'll be able to complete chapter challenges. Until then, I don't want to because I want to be able to make sure that you know how the course is going to be working. So in completing this, you're going to have to complete the chapter challenge by printing it off, working with it on pencil, and then scanning it in. So if you're not super familiar with scanning documents, I actually made a little guide here for help with PDFs. So here's another piece of homework for you. I would like you to go and watch these two videos. They're very short. They're only 2 minutes each, I think. And it shows you how to use an app called Cam Scanner. So you're actually able to use a smartphone if you've got one in the family. And the smartphone is able to take pictures and turn it into a PDF. There's a free version. It'll ask you to, pay for the upgraded version, but you don't need to. Just use the free version. It's super easy to take pictures. Sometimes if you submit work and it's scanned in, it might be a really large document and it won't let you submit it. So you have to compress it down in size, and there's a video on how to do that as well. So that is how to submit work, get it in. You can read through all of these steps. I've basically explained them in this video as well, but I hope that you will be able to jump into the course and get started. During our Zoom meeting, which is going to be soon, I'd really like you to bring your whole team. So bring your parents who are going to be helping you with the course. Obviously, come yourself. And then if you have a math tutor or a TA or anyone like that, come and meet me as well. Lots of students who take this course are also LS students or SE students. So if you know that you are an LS or SE student, please mention that in the Zoom meeting. I'll want to make sure that we can make the proper adaptations to your course so that you're successful. So I look forward to meeting you guys soon, and I'm excited to be your teacher. Have a great day.